over the weekend, I got spam. And my spam was actually something I was looking forward to, which is really quite odd because I get a lot of spam I don't like. Anybody here know Ben Chrisman, that goofball? I'm just kidding. Ben, he's an awesome photographer, one of my best friends. And he was raving about this guy called Todd, who created this software called Pixrt. And I didn't know how to say it, but apparently you say it, picture it. Get it? Picture it. Okay, now that it's over, so I kind of, when I heard about it, I was like, another social media manager, because I've tried like Hootsuite, and I hated it. It actually crashed on me so bad that it kept on taking my money even after I canceled, and then it seemed as if I had multiple accounts, and they kept on like sending me like all this grief. Anyways, it was a nightmare to even cancel Hootsuite, and I kind of have mixed feelings about social media, quote unquote. Like, this is different. Okay, Facebook Live, I'm actually really enjoying. It's a little bit crazy how much I love to meet with you guys and read your comments and really hang out in quote unquote more personal way than just posting something and hoping people will like it. You know what I mean? That being said, there's definitely a reason to do that because, especially as a creative in business, it's how we kind of get the word out, right? And what's been really cool is that as photographers especially, we kind of lucked out because social media is the perfect kind of carrier for our message, right? To show off our wares. Like, I can't think of anything else in this digital age, that would have such a quick impact and reach so many people so quickly. And so, I mean, I'm old. And so when we first started out, we used to put like full 2-page spread ads in the local magazines, right? And we used to go to the local wedding show, stuff like that. No more of that, right? And so we can actually control our own media streams by posting on Instagram, posting on Facebook. Google Plus was a thing for a while. And now I'm a little bit behind. Anybody here have like a Pinterest account for your business? I don't even know. We do not. But now I'm seriously considering that as well as another stream. So I'm going to look at some comments for a little bit here and see. Paul, new microphone. Actually really old. It's about 20 years old. It's actually for kick drums. But I like it because I can use it in my compressor with my Zoom H5. So it actually sounds a little bit better. Fair, good to have you here. Chris Shum is in the house. Good to see you, man. Nice to see you guys. Paul Giro, I agree. Facebook Live is awesome. Especially, and then Instagram is awesome too. Yeah. And so... Oh, Dave Buck, you have a Pinterest account. That's really cool. And so, anyways, I got an email from Todd from Pixrit, and I was really shocked because I'm sure that guy is going a mile a minute right now because I believe his launch just happened a couple weeks ago. And I know what it's like to launch a product, and it's insanity, right? And so for him to reach out to me personally was awesome. And so he gave me access to Pixrit to kind of check it out. And I looked at it, and honestly, it wasn't terribly intuitive for me because it does so much. And so I kind of poked around, not watching his videos, and kind of tried to see how far I could get. It wasn't very far. But I added my social media accounts. I kind of looked at it. But what I didn't understand is that he's trying to solve two different problems. And it's really hard for him to make a sales pitch in an elevator because he's solving so many problems at once. Okay. So I don't know about you guys, but you guys have like galleries for your clients. We do. And we use two separate services for that. Okay. We use SmugMug for archiving all of our photos, like long-term, because it's unlimited storage for $150, I think, a year, right? And then we also do Pixieset, which is a very easy online gallery system for our clients. And Pixieset has some issues because, I mean, their watermark system is awful. And also it has very limited bandwidth as far as putting number of galleries up. So I don't like that either. But it's super simple, pretty slick on the client side, looks good on tablets, phones, etc., and has been good for us as far as just simple digital downloads. We're Canadiana, so we don't sell a lot of prints online. Okay, now, imagine rolling everything up and then adding a social media component into it, and that looks like Picture It, or Future at least, as well. And so there's some things that are planned for the future already that don't exist right now, like which I think are kind of premature, but he needed to roll this out. I mean, this is pretty awesome stuff that he's already done. So let's take a look at what exactly it does, okay? And so he's got a great, it's actually 20 minutes overview of what the actual software does. And I think it's pretty awesome because he covers a lot of bases. And essentially, one of the biggest pros is the ease of use, all right? Essentially, you can download or just drag and drop your entire gallery into a gallery, right? And it's just like SmugMug. That's kind of cool. That's nice and easy, right? You can password protect it and all that jazz, create different subgroups, blah, blah, blah. Okay, but here's where it gets really cool. You can also do that and drag any of those gallery images into your social library. And what is a social library? A social library is where you can put one image into Pixrit, or if it's already in your gallery, move it into the social library and say, boom, distribute into Facebook, distribute it into Google+, distribute it into Pinterest, distribute it into Twitter, distribute this into Instagram. But Instagram's kind of a walled garden. We'll talk about that a little bit more later, and one of my pet peeves of Instagram in general, okay? But here's the thing. You think, okay, yeah, there's other things that do this, like Hootsuite. But what they've done with Picture.it was allowed you to individually, per bulk upload, add hashtags, add keywords or captions, but also you can do the hashtag and keywording per channel. So in other words, you can have your Facebook ones being different than your Twitter, being different than your Instagram, because of course Instagram uses hashtags, but we could use, keywords for Facebook or other things like that as well. So, and that's something that I have never seen with any other social media networking thing, right? Now, why does this matter, Dave? Because this is your SEO. All right. So I know everybody could also upload the same image to all these different platforms individually, but nobody actually does that because it takes too much time, right? But also a lot of people are not taking advantage of hashtags. They're not taking advantage of keywords in Facebook and Twitter and stuff like that because it's just so time consuming, all right? Now, this is an interesting beast. I haven't had enough time to really run through it, but I'm intrigued enough to give it a go. Because at first pass, when I didn't watch his tutorials, I was like, looks like Hootsuite on steroids, and it wasn't something that I was happy with. Especially because, as we all know, Instagram, you can't auto post from any software through Instagram. I usually use Later, which is another app that I can post on my desktop, but it actually just pings me with an app on my phone, right? And then I have to manually copy and paste kind of thing into Instagram because Instagram won't let you auto post anything. So I don't like that. But what they've done to work around it is they email you the Instagram caption with the hashtags that you put in there and the image itself. And so it just makes it really simple for you to, use this image, post into Instagram, and paste all the information. And that's about as best case scenario as you can get for Instagram. But what I'm finding is, I was thinking to myself, okay, everybody says the problem with people using social media wrong is that we're not, quote unquote, native to the medium. In other words, anybody know Gary Vee? When I first asked, okay, anybody killing it on Facebook Live or YouTube Live, everybody said, Gary Vee, Gary Vee, Gary Vee. And so I've been looking up his stuff and watching a lot of his content. And one of the major premises to him being a social media guru is that people aren't native to the medium enough. In other words, people are just auto-broadcasting their Facebook stuff to Twitter, right? Or they're auto-broadcasting their Instagram to Facebook. And then the links don't work on Instagram and they work in Facebook. But, all this weird stuff because every platform seems so unique to its own community and different systems. And so he was saying you have to be native to the platform. And I was thinking about that. That's very interesting. And that's why I've made an effort for DQ Studios, for the Instagram stuff, to hashtag stuff more deliberately. But then I was also thinking about the SEO ramifications of not broadcasting to, like, let's say Google Plus, okay? Now, Google Plus is a little bit old school, eh? And because I don't know how many people are actually on there, but I know that Google still values that for search and SEO, right? So what if we had a tool that could auto broadcast to that, right? And then it links back to our website, right? And we could also put more native, a more native post in both Facebook and Instagram, all right? And so with Pixrit, it can let you schedule different posts, and you could either broadcast them all out to the same platforms at the same time, or what I would probably do is schedule them for a different time, different media for each platform, or maybe just double up a couple platforms, but not have the same image and everybody get bored of my stuff really fast. Because face it, who is our client, right? Our brides and our grooms, or for people like me who are photographers who want other photographers to look at it, you want to make sure that you're on the medium that they're looking at. And almost none of us are going to be on Google Plus now. Are you on Google Plus? I don't know. I haven't been on there for a long time. But again, the SEO on the back end, if it wraps back into our website and Google ranks us higher for that, there's a purpose to posting there. But I don't want there to be any effort in posting there. And so again, a platform like Picture It will be nice to auto post to that. Okay. Now, Facebook is still huge, but I think Instagram is getting huger. And here's an article that I have on the screen, why Instagram is becoming Facebook's next Facebook. And it's really quite an interesting read. I should put a link on this in the comments as well. But it was in the New Yorker just 5 days ago, and talking about the culture and the reasons behind Instagram's really fast growth, right? And so they're adding users by the hundreds of millions all the time, and they're growing much faster. I believe right now, of course, Facebook's like, huge, right? But Instagram's growth is been logarithmic, right? And it's weird because they keep on copying people like Snapchat, and yet they do it. They don't seem to lose followers. And people kind of complain for a while when they change it from the timeline on Instagram where you can see everybody to their curated timeline. But then people kind of stop complaining, right? Because I think everybody hates change, and change is always hard to deal with as an innovator. And so I think they even talk about in this article, the innovator's dilemma. How much do we keep for our past clients and customers to keep them happy? But what if it keeps us from innovating and creating new stuff that is actually even more valuable? And so what's interesting about Instagram is that they're not scared to experiment, like with stories, with live, stealing from Snapchat and other things like that too. And I think the payoff is with that risk, you have a lot more ability to fail and just integrate what works and throw away what doesn't. But you also risk alienating your past happy people, right? But I think, there's a bit of an outcry when they changed it from a chronological timeline to a curated timeline. But in the end, I think they're still doing really well, like even with that change. So we'll see what becomes of this. But yeah, I think social media is always going to be changing. But the other thing I really like about Picture It, and Todd in particular, even at the end of his intro video, which is an overview of what he does, he actually says, and I want to hear from you, the user. And the users can direct where Picture It puts its resources. And so, okay, he even said this in the video, which is really weird. Like, if I was making this software, I would never say this out loud because he said, oh, I'm going to listen to your feedback. If you guys want to see, this feature come out before this feature, then we'll redirect our resources and make that feature come out first, because they really want to serve the customer base. And I thought, wow, that's gutsy to say that off the bat, because often it's hard to overpromise on listening to the customer, but that seems to be one of his major emphasis, to make something that's going to be valuable for us as photographers. And so I really like that. So I'm not sure what's going to happen for the future of social media except for change, right? Because if you don't change, you become Twitter. Sorry, Twitter. But yeah, I use Twitter to read the news, but I don't really post on Twitter very much anymore. And I don't think a lot of us are actively engaged in Twitter except for like an absorption of information kind of thing, right? So yeah, we'll see what happens to Instagram, how they can integrate Facebook more, because I'm not sure if you've noticed, but if you have your page connected to your Facebook page connected to Instagram. There's a lot more analytics now available for Instagram right within Facebook pages. And you have the ability to respond to comments in Facebook pages, which I really like. So a lot more insight into there and how the social media thing is going on in Instagram and Facebook integration. So hopefully they continue that trend of integrating the two. And we'll see, like, you know, I would love it if, of course, Pixrit is just brand new, and so there's so much that they plan to do with it. But yeah, I really like that they've kind of tried to do two different things, the social media thing and the gallery thing. And they don't even have a cart system yet, but he also mentioned this in the intro, that they plan to make a client-side cart, which I would love to see, so I don't need to pay, you know, Pixie every month. And they don't have a watermarking system, but Pixie's been around for years and their watermarking system is atrocious. So in other words, if you put a watermark on a Pixie gallery and you want to change the watermark, good luck. You can't. You got to delete all the pictures, re-upload with your new watermark for it to be watermarked. I'm thinking, really? That makes no sense. Okay, anyways, so I'm sorry, pet peeves coming out all the ways. And so hopefully we can help Todd and Pixrit kind of direct his energies into stuff that we want to see as photographers who want to manage our galleries, our client interaction, as well as our social media presence on Instagram, on Facebook, because it is a lot of time. But remember, and you know, time that we spend on this is our advertising dollars now. And so when I used to spend, you know, $1,500 on a double page ad in a magazine, I don't have that expense now. And so, because when I first looked at the pricing scheme, I thought, whoa, this is expensive. But then I thought about it. Well, I'm paying $150 to SmugMug right now, recurring, right? I'm paying, I forget what Pixie is, $10 a month to Pixie. And neither of those do everything that I want them to do. And none of them do any social media, right? So what if we had one software that did social media and did gallery interaction? That would actually be spectacular. And so I'm really excited to share with you guys this. I've been really behind. I was supposed to, I wanted to actually get in touch with Todd and ask him some questions, but I haven't had time. There's been little fires I had to put out throughout the last week. So I'm going to ask him for an extension on the coupon code. So there's a coupon code. I'll put it in the comments, but it's right here. It's DQ Studios 50% off. And that's, I think he said it's grandfathered, and so it's be forever. And that'll be for the annual subscription. Anyways, and so I'm going to ask him to actually put that, and ask him pretty please if you could make that live until the next week. All right, so 1 week, so 7 days. But definitely give it a try. It's all a web app right now, and it's pretty slick. Everything doesn't hiccup. Everything seems to be working really smoothly. But watch the intro video. I tried to get along without it, and I managed to get some of my social media stuff in there, but watching the video will clear up a lot of issues. All right. So yeah, Todd, you're here. Good to have you here, man. The man himself is in the house. That kind of rhymes. I like that. So Todd, yo, man, just having an honest discussion about your stuff, man. Oh, thank you, Todd. Well, there you have it from the man himself. We'll extend it right here. But yeah, I don't know Todd. Todd, we've never met. Hi, nice to meet you. Oh, we have met, but very briefly. So anyways, he seems like a really honest dude from our interaction already. And anyways, we'll all keep you accountable, Todd. But yeah, this is pretty awesome that we have this ability to talk right with the maker of the product. That's really rare, guys. And so yeah, give him some love. Definitely check it out and see if it's going to fit your workflow. But I really think that he's trying to make something that is very useful to photographers like me. Because again, we don't have just a social media thing like Hootsuite. We're going to also have a gallery system for our clients. And if you can hit those two birds with one stone, we have one-stop access to everything. And remember, this is going to be our major sense of advertising. And so to invest our time, energy, and money into this is going to be huge, I think, for our future, right? And for our growth. Cool. All right, let's get back to some comments. Maybe an interesting. Scott says, haha, thank you. Acknowledging Canadians don't buy prints. Scott. You know what? I don't know. Maybe it wasn't just me. Okay. But we do the digital download purchases, and that's how I use Pixieset. And so that has been huge for us, and it makes it just so easy and seamless. But I just find that prints for Canadians, it doesn't seem to work because, I don't know, things are too slow to ship, things are too slow to print. I don't know, but it doesn't work for us. Chris Shum, hey Dave, nice to see you here. Maven says, yeah, Gary V. Yeah, he's the man. He's so prolific. It's amazing. Choryan Hao, good to see you. Wait, that's you. Hey, Tammy, is that you? Okay, anyways, okay. I shouldn't say your real name out loud. Mark, good to have you here. Eric, good to have you here. William, okay, man, from New York to Eric, I don't even know where you are in the world right now. Yeah, this is pretty awesome. So, GC, what's the link? Pixrit.com. Pixrt.com. And don't forget to use the coupon code DQ Studios 50% off, all right? And so, thank you guys so much for being here. It's Monday morning. And we shall... Oh, wait, let's see. What did Todd say? Todd says, that's the overall goal. One place to keep all your photos. By the way, killer, super robust watermarking designs are coming. Oh, that sounds awesome. Because I know, like, with... Well, SmugMug, it took them years to implement a good watermarking system where we didn't have to re-upload all the photos. And I know Pixieset is the big Achilles heel. And if you do a search for it, there's so much griping in the forums about, yo, man, why is this not a thing? You're catering to professional photographers. It should be easy to watermark your images. Anyways, okay, cool. And Colin, social media scheduling. Oh, yes, definitely. Okay. Social media is great for saving time, but it shouldn't replace authentic interaction with your followers. Otherwise, it just feels like robots talking to robots. Totally agree, Colin. Now, there's two ways to... I think you understand this. And Todd Colin's an awesome guy. Besides him being a great friend, and he is also a social marketing guru for our actual city of Calgary here. So he knows what he's talking about. But yeah, I really think you can't just use one thing and expect it to be magic and push out content in the schedule and make it happen. But I forgot to mention. So in Picture It, Colin, this is going to be really interesting for you too. They have a whole integrated comment moderation system. So I think it's similar to Hootsuite where you could see all your comments come in, but it's a little bit cleaner in the Picture It. And so on the right side, you can see how people are interacting with your photos and you can reply to them as well, which I think is genius. Mr. Ben Chrisman, this is all your fault that Ben Chrisman is in the house. So yeah, I think it's really well thought out as far as Picture It, what it includes. I'm looking for refinements because even Google Plus right now is an email, but Todd says that in a coming couple of weeks, hopefully, because Google has to have an actual working piece of software to allow you to integrate into Google Plus. And so he's going to be on that case too. So yeah, looking forward to that too. So Todd, you'll be able to adjust the watermark per photo in each gallery. You're kidding. That's insane, dude. That sounds super awesome and almost impossible to integrate. I'll see how you're going to do this, Todd. Shall be interesting. But cool. So yeah, I'm not a fanboy. I hope I don't come across as that because I'm still wondering what's going to be happening with Picture It. But as far as the actual already included systems in place for social media and for the gallery interaction, I mean, it's enough to create pause and really consider, one, okay, what is my social marketing right now? How can I improve that? And two, what are the systems I need in place or don't exist yet? And three, is Picture It going to be solving those problems, right? And if you have, like me, not enough time to manage every single network, then this is going to be solving a problem that is very real for us because this is our marketing, right? This is our advertising. And if we're not spending money on going to our wedding fairs, if we're not spending money on full page ads, then this is something that we can invest in and together create something for the industry that I think is going to be very powerful. Okay, cool. All right, last couple things. Todd, the technology is there. Trust me, it works. Awesome. Jason, good to have you here, man. But I better close up now because I think I've been on here for a long, long time, longer than usual. And it's Monday. I better get off here. So thanks so much for being here, guys. I'll put links in the comments. I'm going to really do the actual header here with links to Picture It. And don't forget the coupon code. Thanks so much for being here, Todd. And so, yeah, peace out. God bless. I'll see you guys tomorrow.